The haunted To Lich River of Hanoi, ghosts, curses, and dark legends. Welcome back to haunted Vietnam, where restless spirits, ancient tombs, and chilling mysteries untold are waiting for you. In the very heart of bustling Hanoi flows a river that once served as the lifeblood of the ancient capital Thang Long, the To Lich River. Today, most passers-by see only a dark, polluted waterway winding through crowded streets. Yet beneath its murky surface lies a history written in blood, faith, and tragedy. For centuries, this river was revered as sacred, feared as cursed, and whispered about in tales of ghosts that refuse to rest. The river of a god legend holds that the river was named after the deity To Lich, guardian spirit of Thang Long. Locals described him as a frail old man with snow-white beard, wearing flowing robes the color of moonlight, appearing at dusk along the banks. To those who respected the river, he brought prosperity. To those who defiled it, he promised vengeance. During the Lai dynasty, entire royal ceremonies were staged here. Drums and gongs thundered, priests chanted, and the air grew heavy. Witnesses swore they heard the river roar, as if thousands of unseen voices were rising from below. The people believed these were the spirits bound to the water, answering the call of their guardian god. Executions in the current. But the To Lich was not only sacred, it was also an execution ground. Criminals were bound and thrown alive into the current. There would be no graves, no incense, no prayers, only silence as their bodies drifted away. For the authorities, it was justice. For the condemned, it was eternal damnation. Generations later, the river still whispers with their agony. Locals tell of nights when the floodwaters swell and pale. Bony hands break the surface, reaching skyward before sinking once more. Others insist they have heard moans and cries carried on the mist, as if dozens of voices still beg to be saved. Some say if you lean too close to the edge, you may feel an icy grip pulling you toward the water. A river of blood and war. Through centuries of invasion, the To Lich ran red with war. Soldiers fell into its depths by the thousands. In one infamous battle, so many corpses were cast into the river that the water turned crimson for days, and the stench of blood carried across the city. Fish floated belly up, and families dared not draw water, believing the river itself had become cursed. Since that time, villagers have sworn that at midnight, ghostly battalions march along the riverbanks. Men in broken armor, swords clutched in skeletal hands, eyes blank and glowing, trudging endlessly toward the ancient citadel. They make no sound, yet the ground trembles beneath their phantom steps. Shadows on the banks. Strange events persist even now. Pale figures wander silently beside the embankments, only to vanish when they reach a bridge. Mournful wails drift from the river on nights of weak moonlight. Boatmen, rowing their skiffs in silence, claim they hear the echo of war drums booming beneath the surface, as though the drowned armies still fight in endless repetition. One story chills Hanoi's youth to this day. A group of students sat fishing near Khao Giai Bridge. Late into the night, their line jerked violently. They pulled together, expecting a giant fish, but what surfaced was no fish at all, a white shroud soaked in blood. Before they could react, the river erupted. A rotting hand shot out of the water and gripped one boy's arm with crushing force. Screaming, he was dragged under. The others froze in terror, unable to save him. His body was found the next morning, face pale, eyes wide open as if he had died in unbearable horror. The curse unbroken. Today, the To Lich is infamous not for holiness, but for filth and decay. Yet the elders insist this pollution is not only chemical, but spiritual. It is the accumulated anger of centuries, the wrath of criminals denied burial, the grief of warriors left unhonored, the sorrow of countless nameless dead. Modern attempts to cleanse the river have faced eerie misfortune. Workers slipped into the water and drowned. Heavy machinery malfunctioned without reason. Some laborers claimed invisible hands tugged at their legs, pulling them toward the depths. Others refused to return after seeing shadowy faces staring up at them through the current. Whispers spread. The spirit of To Lich does not want to be disturbed. Thus, in the heart of modern Hanoi, beneath neon lights and the constant roar of traffic, flows a river that is both a witness to glory and a graveyard of sorrow. The To Lich is not just a river, it is a scar of the city, a prison of spirits that cannot escape. So the next time you cross one of its bridges at midnight, lean over carefully, but beware. In the swirling black water below, countless lifeless eyes may already be gazing back at you. Would you dare to face it? Leave your thoughts below. And don't forget to follow Haunted Vietnam for more chilling journeys into the unknown.